It's interesting how animals have more sense in choosing a mate than humans do. Animals actually vet out their mate based on some very important qualifications. Whether it is the eagle, the eagle, what they do is they drop a branch, the female, and she wants to see if the male is able to catch it before it hits the ground. And then she does it again, and she wants to make sure that the male is capable of protecting the offspring and pass down some good characteristics and good genetics to her children. They vet out the strongest, the animals, many animals, the males, they fight for the right to mate. And only the strongest, the fittest, the healthiest gets to do that. Birds do the same thing. You look up those YouTube videos on birds, how they dance and how they show off their abilities. They make sure that when they mate, they pass down good genetics, good characteristics, the good stuff. But not so with humans. See, humans, you have so much more potential because, unlike birds, you could do your research. You could ask about the medical history. You can talk to the parents. Sometimes you can even talk to the grandparents if they're still alive and around. You could ask them about their grandparents. So you could really dive back to like 5 generations for mental health, physical health, ethnicity, genetics, epigenetics, cultural differences, religious affiliation, any tendencies for addictions. You have so much more potential in finding for yourself the proper mate, someone who will pass down to your descendants the right characteristics. And yet, unlike all the other animals, you do the least and you do the worst job at picking for yourself a mate because you care about none of it. All you care about is, do I like them? Do I find them attractive? That's what you do. Sure, some of you take it to another step and make sure they can provide for you. They have enough money. They have something, but none of you almost, I can't say none, but very few people actually do these things. But the vast majority of people don't look into their mental health. That's why you get so many women abused, raped, abandoned. The children grow up with mental illness, killing themselves, addictions in the family. You never vet out those things. Don't you know they had an aunt that had crazy mental illness? Don't you know it runs in the family? Don't you know they already are unstable? The worst is when you cheat, you date someone who's married, they cheat on their wife for you, and then they marry you and you think they're not going to cheat on you with somebody else. The writing is on the wall, but you just don't care because you are willingly choosing to be blind. You know they're no good, but you lie to yourself to make it look good. Because whatever, you're horny, you just want to get married for the sake of marriage, you're impatient, you think they're one in a million, they're one of a kind, I'll never find anyone like them. Well, why would you? Why would you even want anyone like them? Why don't you do your history before you get married? Show me your medical documentation. Show me your history. See, corporations have more sense than you. At least they do a background check first. You don't even do that. For all you know, they could be indicted. They could be convicted criminals who escaped prison. They could be using a false identity. What do you know about them, really? that they make you laugh. They know what you like. They're just your type. You both like the same beer. I mean, seriously, that's how most people choose their mate nowadays. Looks, money, and hobbies. We both love skiing, we both love surfing, we both love jumping off of cliffs. And so you get married because you think that's what marriage is. You're gonna jump off cliffs every day. You're gonna look into each other's eyes every day and just sit there holding hands, watching the sunset. That is how you qualify your mate? Well, don't complain about what you get. And yet, like I said, you have the potential, you have the ability, but you just don't care. You are worse than the animals. At least they make sure that their mate is capable of raising up offspring properly. You don't even do that. In fact, you neglect your offspring. You abuse them, misuse them. Don't even teach them what it means to be a human. You don't teach them the qualification and what they actually need to be able to do in order to survive this world. Instead, you sell them off to the highest bidder, whether it is YouTube or kindergarten or whatever other person in Hollywood that wants to pawn off your children. You would sell them off in a heartbeat just to make a buck or to get some time off your plate. Because the children, they take so much of you. You don't have time for that. You gotta go to your Pilates class. You have yoga. You gotta have your meditation time or go out with the girls. So you pawn your children off to a stranger to raise them, instill all kind of crooked and perverted values into them. You devils. The animals are better than you.